What's up, everyone? Your favorite grass boy Nathan coming back at you with their Monotype Live. Last time we talked about the benefits of using grass balance between the strong defensive course provided, in addition to the excellent hazard control, which is relatively rare in the tier Monotype. But as much as I enjoyed that video, and I think it did highlight a lot of what makes or what characterizes mono grass, we didn't quite get into the offensive side of things too, because the nature of balance is you have both defensive qualities and offensive qualities, and grass is no slouch in that department either. So we're going to be doing some more offensive teams today because I think that's a little bit more fun. We already demonstrated the balance last time, even though we got, well, partly due to blunders and partly due to the offensive teams we came up against. I didn't quite get to flex the hazard control quite so much last time as I would have liked otherwise. But I think just with my explanation that kind of warranted and explained it, I think we're all on the same page here. So let's instead play this grass team that comes from Mincemeat. Mincemeat is a very strong tournament player. I've used a couple of their teams in the past. I've never quite gotten a hang of them and be able to ask if they don't mind me using their teams. I hope that's cool. But they're one of those players where every time I see their teams in a tournament set, I think, damn, that's sick. Like, we're on the same page, the same wavelength. And this is a Sun team. Mincemeat and myself are hardly the first person to notice that Sun works very well in mono grass, almost as well, arguably better than mono fire. I would not make that argument, but the case can be made because chlorophyll sweepers are such a key part of what makes Sun amazing. When Sunny Day is active, Venusaur speed doubles, very similar to a Sand Rush Excadrill, and unlike Excadrill where there's blands on rock extending moves which extend the length of Sandstorm, and Damp Rock extending the length of Swift Swim, there's no such compunction with a Heat Rock on Whimsicott, who will be our Sunny Day setter, which is great because you have a priority setting move. So you don't have a weather setter like a Torkoal per se, but you have the next best thing. In addition, there's often gonna be situations where Whimsicott's amazing, and being able to U-turn out is good as a pivot. But the problem is that when you're U-turning, you are usually moving first thanks to that excellent speed tier. So you're usually swapping into the Venusaur and opening them up to a hit, which isn't great. But if you Memento instead, it's fantastic because A, Venusaur gets in scot-free, which is nice, but B, oh, and I should not mention you could also use eject button on Whimsicott, but those extra couple turns of Sunny Day do come in handy. But B, you use a Memento on an opponent who isn't very strong per se, then you get a free growth on Venusaur. Because that's part of my problems with it in Sun teams in general, is that growth is awesome, and it brings Venusaur from a great special attacker with a great disparate move pool between Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb and what essentially becomes a stab, fire move, and Weather Ball in the Sun. But with growth, your special attack becomes unbelievably daunting in addition to your doubled speed stat. So I think growth is really necessary in Venusaur to help it reach that penultimate point. It is too bad though because I also really like Earth Power, but that's fine here. But kind of balancing out that will be another form of offense with the Swords Dance Rillaboom, quite a threat to deal with in its own right, and then a Sceptile with Grassy Seed and Unburdened, kind of a budget Helllucha here that we're going to have. And then finally, rounding things out, it's going to be our Ferrothorn for some basic hazard settings, getting things set up for our offense, in addition to Zarude, who will be quite potent with Swords Dance. No grass move on this set. I couldn't quite make out what the full set was that Mincemeat was using. You could probably make the case I should be using Grassy Glide or Power Whip or whatever. But I like this because it gives such good coverage, and Rock Slide in particular is going to give us a huge leg up against certain flying types. So I quite like where this is. You could honestly put a Grass Move instead of U-turn here instead. I'm on the fence with it. But hey, that's enough talking. Let's get into a game here. Does that sound good? Does that sound good, boy? Does that sound good? Does that sound good? I don't know why I'm simply treating you guys like some sort of dog, but let's get into it. Let's play a game. I think it's Mono Psychic. So a couple of things jump out at me. Grass resist, grass resist. Not a grass resist, obviously, but terrain taker. They can have a bit of a weather war in a sense with our Grassy Surge from Rillaboom. And V-Create. Oh god, V-Create's a nightmare for us. So off the bat, our Scarf Shoot is going to be really, really helpful. And I am going to be honest, I don't think there's a single lead that we can justify except for Zarude. Because, Whimsicott could Sunny Day on a lot of these Pokemon and then go for Memento, and then Venusaur could do some stuff, and at +2 Venusaur could definitely take out Victini, but for the time being we need to prepare for the threat of Victini. Okay, I'm surprised I did that. They should absolutely be swapping out here because they can't risk a Choice Scarf taking their lunch money right now. If we get this is going to be good for us no matter what because everybody's taking substantial chip from Darkest Lariat. Maybe Slowbro takes 40-45%, but that's better than nothing. Yeah, they do the correct play in my opinion there. It does take 50 on the nose. I guess I'll go for one more. Why not? Do we get the kill? Terrible roll. 50-46. The Ice Beam. Okay, well, now Zarude's really low. That's an important Pokemon. I could have known. I could have definitely calculated that and seen, like, was there a better roll there? But the benefit was awesome if we had gotten that just a neat 2-hit KO. Now our Zarude's super low, but it's still available. We have a bit of momentum right now. We're going to likely see, I'm guessing, Whatever their Scarfer is, actually. Whatever their Scarfer is, we'll see right now. They go Zam. I might just take this. Now, Zarude's really important because having some sort of dark type Pokemon on the back means that they can't just drop like expanding forces willy-nilly. So that just like offers a bit of incentive for them to click coverage moves instead of expanding force, even if they don't, or even if we don't go into them. But taking a Zam is probably Sash. That might tell me they don't have a Scarfer. So if this is probably a Sash Zam, or maybe a Scarf Victini. Lots of weight here, lots of weight. But if that's it, if that is just a Sash Zam, I think I gotta take it. Yeah, I mean, that's really helpful for us. As they go for Dazzling Gleam there, fair enough. Now I can go to my... That's the thing, this team's kind of got two different layers of offense in a sense, where there is... You go for your Sceptile and Grassy Surge sweep with Rillaboom, and then you can go for your Sunny Day Venusaur sweep. You have two different sweeping attempts, and you have Whimsicott and Ferrothorn and Zarude to help set those up. But I'm just trying to think of what do we want to do right now. If they're Dazzling Gleam, it's actually probably pretty unlikely that they're Focus Blast. Either Focus Blast or Shadow Ball, I guess. If I go to Ferrothorn, I can get up a Hazard right now, but it's a free Victini swap in, which I hate. If I go to Whimsicott, it is outsped. I can go to Rillaboom. That kind of gives them a Whimsicott swap in 2, but I could chip it and then go for the Revenge Kill with Sceptile. That seems pretty good, actually. That might be my best bet. Let's go for that then. A little Grassy Glide. Maybe even a Latios swap right now, to be honest. You could definitely make a call for going for a knockoff on a read. I might do so. I'll do it. There's a Psyshock with a crit. Oh, because I was thinking like, there's no way I'm taking more than 50%. That'd be fine, but crit's a little bit unfortunate, but we'll still get some breaking opportunities right now. There's the big bad Lele. Hopefully don't read me on a swap to Ferrothorn right now with a Focus Blast or Mystical Fire, but they do absolutely do so in Specs. That's the worst case scenario. Gutsy on their part to go for that right away, and they drop a quick GG. Whoo! Well, now I can go for a Whimsicott Sunny Day, but if they go to Victini, I don't know. We're definitely in a bad spot. That Ferrothorn out for the count there is pretty rough. And the GG, let's be honest, my mental game is it's crushed. We got to fight to keep on top here. So I think as far as I can tell, there's two options. I go to Rillaboom and I drop a Grassy Glide. Don't think it's OHKOing at this range. We might as well check, I suppose. 72 to 85. Helpful because then Scizor can clean up. And then it can chip everyone. But if they go to Victini there, then I think they would swap out to Victini or Latios no matter what. Yeah. I'm willing to make this play. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think if I'm them, I'm not risking staying on a Focus Blast. I'm going to my 2 easy Grass Resists. 3. They go 3 Grass Resists. I would go to any of them right now. They do go to Latios there. That's really nice for us. And actually, OHKOs. I was not expecting that. I was thinking maybe clean up with the Grassy Glide afterwards, but that's super handy. Now we'll see Victini. Maybe if they go Victini, I'll go do the same Grassy Glide. That thing out of the way is a massive, massive boon, though. They go to this guy, and I think they're probably clicking a Psychic move, which makes Whimsicott very scary for us. Yeah, there's no reason not to click a Psychic move. I think it OHKOs literally everyone, just a Psychic right now. So then we got to ask ourselves who's the least important. Might be Venusaur. I mean, it might be Whimsicott too. It might be Whimsicott. And they're definitely dying to Psychic too. Yeah, they actually have the best shot of living if anyone, but I don't think they are. Because that is Specs. Maybe even Modest. So we go to Whimsicott, we sack them, then I go to my... Not really anything. I go back to this. I go for another Grassy Glide or knockoff read. And then I'm out of time. I don't think there's a win where I'm staying in with Rillaboom. I think when it needs Scizor's offense. Does OHKO us there. Let's go for this. All Grassy Glide. Just 2 Grassy Glides on Victini gets us in a good range. Plus they're incentivized to stay in after we got the read last time. That's great though, because now I get my Acrobatics boost off. And do I live one without a Psychic boost with Sceptile? We have some Spadef, like 207. Yeah, that's exactly it. As they are in grassy terrain. Psychic, I'm going to assume they're Modest, honestly. I don't know why. They just seem like a Modest player. So let's do that. Okay, I'll go for the Crunch. Okay, glad I did that, actually, if that was the case. Now, I mean, it just comes down to Victini, who I don't think we can kill. They should go to Victini. They should go for V-Create. I And then I will crunch for like chip, but it won't do enough. This thing's only topping out at 300 attack. Even my Venusaur, I don't think it can really kill Slowking at this point. If I'd gotten a chance to go for a Swords Dance, maybe the play was going for a Swords Dance in that situation because like there's no way I could survive it otherwise. I could go for the sweep otherwise. Honestly, Venusaur is pretty useless at this point. I could have sacked it, but I guess I could have sacked it and then gone to Whimsicott and kept it for some sort of memento play. That makes sense. Well, I'll crunch here. Fish for a crit, which we actually get, but it's actually more defensive than we thought, so I could have Swords Danced for a win. Actually, if it's more defensive than we thought, then a crit... yeah, Swords Dance would have won, actually. That's too bad. I thought the Sludge Bomb would OHKO us. We'll go for this here. I mean, maybe Victini's banded. Yeah, if Victini's banded here, which is a possibility for sure. Or if it's anything but Scarf, we might be fine. So we'll go for Crunch right now. We'll get off one Crunch. Even a crit here might do it. 47. Oh, it's going to be so close, isn't it? So lock in a Zen Headbutt. So we don't know what they are, but if they're fast enough, we're definitely out. Let's see what we get right now. Oh, the life form's so close. GG to our opponent, who was just a salty Splatoon. But let's see if we can get one more quick one. That was an okay display, but I'd like to get a better one. It's not quite a matchup fish with this one. It's almost more of a what would I call it? Because that was a pretty decent matchup for us, all things considered. It's got very specific matchups. Grass does in general, but Grass offense is worse because there's so many resists. And so this fire team kind of helps mitigate that because you can deal with fire, for example, or steel with the fire attacks, for example, but it's not perfect by any means. So Whimsicott's going to be really nice here as a likely lead. It's almost always going to be Cobalion if we're being honest. So I am very inclined to lead Rillaboom, but that doesn't help against a possible Zapdos lead. And Zapdoses on this team are usually either Bulk Up, Band, or Scarf. The question is whether Scarf or not, because that could change a great deal. Change a great deal. Let's go for Rillaboom as a lead because it's good on everything that isn't Zapdos Galar. And if they go Zapdos Galar, I guess they go Ferrothorn, but it might be a 2-hit KO if that's the case. Okay, so here's Cobalion. Either a Thunder Wave or a Stealth Rocks off the rip. We see that. Fine by me. That is 82. Grassy Glide can we kill now? We're looking at... So that's plus 50%. This is going to be... it's weaker with this about the same boost. I think this kills. Nope. I did a quick head calc. So it'd be like... It's halved. So it'd be 82. So that's 42. And then... I don't know why. I thought that would do like 25, 30. I don't know what I got wrong there. But here comes Big Bad Buzzswole. Buzzswole is an interesting one. I'm not sure if they're bulk up or not. I think I'll go to my Sceptile. Try it out. Let's see what they click. They might Ice Punch. Oh, we live though. Okay. Acrobatics, save me. Save me. Thank you, Grassy Seed. You've done enough. You've done more than enough. Maybe I should have kept this Acrobatics healthier. It should be quite fast. As we're going to see Cobalion come out here. Don't be Rocky Helmet. Okay, that's good. Smart on their end to predict that or at least scout it out. Then we'll see maybe their Sucker Punch or Shifu. If that's the case, I'd be tempted to Swords Dance, but like that's a scary situation. They're going to go Terrakion here. Is this going to survive? It will with a Sash. Okay, right on, right on. They go for the knockout there. We'll go back to our Rillaboom right now. Tempted to do some sort of double switch to prevent a Zapdos Galar or a Buzzswole swap in, but I'm not sure if they're going to keep this guy. Ferrothorn's so useless in this game, of course, but if I get up one spike, then that would ensure Terrakion stays dead. I'm going to do the double switch. Let's see. If they stay in close combat, it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. A little bit frustrating, but we'll be fine here. I'll Moonblast if they're determined to sack this Terrakion. That will likely see who coming in. Things are looking kind of poised for a sweep here. You are probably choice locked if you just did a close combat. You would be Drain Punch if you were anything defensive. What a sunny day. Peach Life not going to do it. That's great. Now I can go for Memento. Perfect. Okay, it's a golden opportunity right here. Now we go to Venusaur, and I get a free growth off, and I don't really know what you do if you're my opponent here. Zapdos Galar is not going to be the answer. Weather Ball is going to claim this one. And then I guess it's got to be your Shifu afterwards with a Sucker Punch, but we are at 84% health right now. Buzzwole dies, Keldeo dies, Urshifu. Again, I'll come down to Urshifu here. I'll have to calc it because I'm not sure. I'm not gonna calc it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm gonna be a bad influence and not calc it when Urshifu comes in. I'm gonna be fine here. Come on, Venusaur, do it, do it. Okay, okay, we're good. We're good. That's gonna take home the win. That's a nice quick one. Quick little sweep, which puts us to 17 minutes. Or no, that's not right. But anyways, I gotta get another game quick because I want to try something else after this. We're gonna forfeit there. GG to our opponent. A little bit better than our last loss. This isn't my favorite if I'm doing grass teams, to be honest. I was playing this a bit before I recorded, and I do struggle with this team in particular. It just seems like if you're gonna do this sort of very aggressive offensive team, there's better ways to do it. I mentioned that you could argue that this is a better abuser of sun than fire. I wouldn't. If I'm going to do a sun team, I would rather do fire. But let me try something that I think is going to be dumb as hell. I'm going to build it really quick because I think the concept is funny. There was a post on the Pokemon Showdown subreddit about Rillaboom with leftovers and how it's got great survivability. I thought it was very interesting because on these Swords Dance sets, you are much more inclined to see, then I'll go Grassy Glide, of course. Then I will do, I'm actually might not do this. This is really weird. I'm getting really strange with this one. Knockoff and then superpower. Yeah. This is a really weird suggestion I'm doing right now. Oh, max health. The idea of just an unkillable team. So I was kind of just musing about this earlier. It's kind of also ties in slightly to my idea of a team that spams Grassy Glide. We're only gonna have one extra Grassy Glide user, but I think it's a fun idea. Choice Band and Tangrowth, because its attack is similar to a Dragapult in that base 100 is nothing, but if you give it full investment and a Choice Band and Adamant Nature, you know, sometimes you can be a little bit surprised by what it gets done. So we'll do this, and then I'll also do max HP on you, and then a bit of Spadef, and I can do, I guess, Power Whip and Earthquake and Knockoff, I'm guessing, for those steel types. So like, I think this will hit surprisingly hard, and more importantly, we'll get a lot of surprise mons. And with the recovery of all these Pokemon, it's kind of the ideas that I'm going for is just the fattest team on Earth is just the general gist of this idea. Just an unkillable. We have technically very little actual recovery, but we will be nigh unkillable. And then Body Press probably here. And then Credilli. I'll go leftovers, and I want Storm Drain. You don't see a lot of water type attacks, but you never know. And then I can go, yeah, you need Rock Blast, you need Stealth Rock. Wait, did I do spikes here? Oh, I missed that. Oh, good catch, Nathan. And then I want Toxic here. With the theme of this, Leech Seed and Protect would probably be better, but I like this in terms of the thematic idea. Plus, we've got Recover. This is actually the most survivable member of our team right now. Great. Then, can Whimsicott learn any recovery? Like a synthesis? No recovery. I could still do like Cheese, Leech Seed, Substitute, Protect, Moonblast. That could definitely work. Plus with Grassy Surge up, we would be extremely frustrating. Plus we get good bulk this way, and these defensive stats would help us answer Urshifu a little bit. I might come back to that. I have another person in mind there. And actually, the one I have in mind to help with Urshifu is going to be Tapu Bulu. Gives us more Grassy Surge recovery. I could probably do Leftovers, Swords Dance, Synthesis, Horn Leech. What do these guys often run? Oh, now this I like. Yeah, I like this idea. So I would even do this and then bulk up is more in line with our unkillable team. See, that kind of seems a bit redundant when we had Whimsicott there. So who would the last member be? Let's look at the grass types here. If I just want this unkillable, ultra bulky offense, Venusaur stands out. Amoonguss, I don't think I would get quite the offense I want if I did that. Serena could definitely work. I want some sort of hazard control at this point, actually. If we're not doing Whimsicott. So I could do like a Delmise for sure. But again, I want that unkillable. Wait, they get Synthesis too, don't they? Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that. Plus, it's a spin blocker, which is fun. Or I could do what would help me more with a Steel Flying? Because I was also debating Decidueye, because you can trap them with Spirit Shackle and then kind of chip them down because they're usually Spadeft. I mean, Poltergeist hits really hard. Interesting. I don't know. This is a tough one. So, but it would look like Rapid Spin, Synthesis, Grassy Glide. Poltergeist. That would still break okay if I did this sort of thing. This team would be so slow too. Oh, I love it. Kind of love it. And then I think Life Orb got me crazy because I want that power with Poltergeist. And I wouldn't want to choice lock myself on this guy. I kind of love this. It's so dumb. It's pretty bulky too. Ah, shit. Let's try one game. I'm going to get destroyed 6-0. Bulk. I gotta try one. This is gonna be too funny to not try out at least once. We'll be just unkillable. We'll be the fattest team on earth. With the Grassy Surge recovery, we got 2 Grassy Surge users. We got some swap-ins. We got 3 Grassy Glide spammers. I think it's a funny idea against Mono Poison. Oh my god, it's the ultimate test. If this works, I'm the greatest team builder in the history of the world. So we are likely going to see, so it's Skuntank 2, which means it's Defog, which is so funny. And Nihilego for Scarfer. That Nihilego is a nightmare. So let's go for Credelia as a lead because it's okay. It doesn't lose to Nihilego right away. And I can go for a Stealth Rock right now. As Amoonguss comes in, they can't spore any of us, so Amoonguss isn't so threatening. Amoonguss clicking right now like a Toxic. I'm gonna Rock Blast just for some cursory chip. I just want to see what they're doing. Why they sent it in right now? You know what? We're gonna get 15% there. Why are you forcing this? I beat you. Pex comes in. So now I'm at an impasse where I actually have no special attackers. I hate that. I should have done like a Shadow Ball Decidueye just because I have no actual swap-ins for Toxapex Scald. Because if someone gets burned here, it's annoying. But I'll just keep stacking the hazards for now. They do reveal Toxic on the Toxapex, which is interesting because that tells me a lot about who might not have it otherwise. Let's see if they're Flamethrower or not. That would suck if they are. Oh, they are. Sometimes you don't run them and you run Ice Beam instead to help with the dragons and the flying types. That's a nightmare, but we can still go to Credelia right now, but it just doesn't answer it very well. 24. Yeah, Earth Power is not great. Let's recover on this Earth Power. Great. Now I can go for 1 Rock Blast, but oh, it's not so good. That is 48, right? Because we don't resist the Ice Beam. I forgot about that. Rock feels like it should resist Ice Beam because like a rock smashes it in the same way Steel does. Hopefully don't get a top roll right now. I say Flamethrower, we're fine. Let's bet they Ice Beam again here. I'm just trying to force a swap and just get them to do it out of boredom at this point. They should just click like Ice Beam 14 times until everyone recovers and then have no Flamethrower swap-ins for their Nidoking. That's the correct play. I'm just kind of hoping to get them out of boredom here. I can Rock Blast. Oh, that's a big roll. It's not really that big. Now, Ferrothorn can live 1 right here. I might go to like... Ooh, but Hornleech is too slow. Oh no. Oh no. Live 1 Rillaboom. Please, I beg you. Live 1 Ice Beam. You're so important to the team. Yes! Okay, now I can Grassy Glide here. We're leftovers, so we're already recovering so much right now. Skuntank's gonna take how much? 24% from all of the hazards here. Does as much damage as our actual attack does. Do they have a poison attack is the question though. I don't know, but I will go to my Tangrowth because it has the better defenses, and it's got Regenerator too, so we can swallow the attacks a little bit more easily as they rip a Defog. Makes sense. Now I will go for an Banded Earthquake. It's going to hit really hard, actually. Don't think they go to Wheezing in this situation. They go for Poison Jab, which we handle pretty well despite the lack of investment. We do get poisoned, which sucks, but we kill thanks to Banded Tangrowth. Let's go. This is so sick. That's got to be Nidoking. Shit. Someone's got to die. Someone's got to die. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Tango's actually looking really good right now, especially because it can't get Scald Burnt, so it's now the Toxapex swap in. That's actually could be very handy. So let's go to Ferrothorn on an Ice Beam. They do Flamethrower, they got me. It's kind of a very imbalanced situation there, though. I'm going to U-turn on the Wheezing Galar right now. If they stay in and get me, they get me. Like, I got to make some really audacious plays right now. They go to Amoonguss. Fine by me. Because now I can go to my Banded Tangrowth or my Foul Play. They might have Sludge Bomb. 4 Foul Play Giga Drain. It should be Synthesis. This team gets 6-0'd by... but they might not have Giga Drain. Could also go to Delmise and just go for a Poltergeist. I could also go to Credillion and go for Recover here. I'm just like it's so anti-momentum for us. I could scout it and go to Delmise. I think I'll do the Poltergeist play. I think I'll go for it. 400 base attack. Should be 2 at KOing, I want to say. But they are max defense. It does. Great. Great. As a foul play again for 70%. I think that's actually a good trade there. I got to assume they were Sludge Bomb. I don't know. Maybe if Bulu could get a free bulk up there, that'd be awesome. But it's not even that good in this situation. I should have risked it. I can assume that almost everyone on this team, like Nihilego and Nidoking, has Sludge Bomb. So I should have risked it there. Nidoking comes out. Grassy Glide, baby. Let it rip. Yes. Come on, if I beat Poison Stall, I'm gonna lose my mind. 240. I could go for a Synthesis here, but I think I go to... These guys ever have Sludge Bomb? No, these guys never have a poison attack. They do have a Fairy and maybe Fire attack, maybe some sort of Toxic. I think it's Will-O-Wisp. I gotta respect the Will-O-Wisp. I'll go to Credillion here as they Will-O-Wisp. Yeah. Let's Stealth Rock. They Corrosive Gas me. Interesting. That doesn't really... Oh, they Crows my leftovers. Gotcha. That was important. Let's Rock Blast. They're just forcing this. But I guess they can. I can go to Tangrowth too, though. Let's I'll just do this a little bit until I justify a Recover, because this is going to be our win con to beat Nihilego at this point. Man, we are not getting much with these Rock Blasts right now. I didn't expect much, but I just wanted to justify a Recover here. I guess I can stall out their Will-O-Wisp in a sense if I keep this up. I'm gonna do this. I don't think they Will-O-Wisp this turn. Based on nothing. Actually, I'll go Tangrowth. That's the safer play. Tangrowth comes in. I can knock off actually with Tangrowth. That'd be pretty nice. Oh, but they could confuse Strange Team on that turn. So I was right to think to go to Rillaboom, but actually not really, because it would have taken a lot. So we don't actually lose that much all told there. I'll go back. I bet they do another Will-O-Wisp here. We'll see. I don't know. Oh, but they missed. That's nice. So we're getting net health here. I can get away with a knockoff if they do 38, and then technically my Credillion kind of wins that situation because they don't have any recovery. Is that worth it? Knowing that my Earthquake is gonna be really nice. Don't get full confused again. Oh, thank God. We do die with poison now. I think that was kind of worth it though. That sucked. I probably should have fished for another situation there. But now, like, the impetus is on them to swap because they don't have recovery and we do. And they're going to slowly get chipped down right now. Yeah, sure enough. We instantly get that there. We kind of wall them. Especially the burn was really nice on us, to be honest. They can't Toxic me. Credillion just kind of wins. What do you click right now? Scald on my Storm Drain? Thank you. I wish I had a Giga Drain now. You would never run Giga Drain because that means you just get toasted by oh, I'm out of Rock Blast here too. Interesting. Delmise is fast. I'll go to Rillaboom right now. With the leftovers are fine. I don't care about the health so much. They scald. Oh, they scald that turn, huh? We don't get it. That's nice. That's a U-turn from me. We actually net health thanks to our awesome leftovers here. There goes Weezing, taking a little bit more chip there, my guy. Now I can go to... I do go to Delmise to take a turn of Grassy Terrain health. Very tempted. So tempted, I might just go ahead and do it. That 6% is going to add up here. Of course. No, I want to risk a burn. I was thinking I could Synthesis, but no. Bulky team will live forever. I'll live forever. Did they not have Defog on this guy too? I guess the Skuntank was a Defogger, and that was what allows them to run Corrosive Gas and Strange Steam. Fair enough. There's an Nihilego there. Let's go to our... I don't know, they're probably Choice Locks. I'm going to see what they lock into here. The lack of Rock Blast does concern me. They lock into Dazzling Gleam, so I can go to Bulu here. We don't know they're Choice Locked. I might even go... Oh, and they forfeit. We defeat Mono Poison with Mono Grass offense. Let's go. Popping off way too hard, but that's funny. I thought that team would suck. and it probably does. If you guys use this on the ladder, be very wary that I am giving this a big old, I don't know rating, but it's just so bulky. Look at all this EV investment. We're talking EVs across the board into HP. How can you say no to that? Anyways, that's such a funny ending. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to let me know what you want to see next in the comments. I haven't checked the vote since the last time I recorded live, but as of that count, it was Psychic Fighting and what was last? And Fairy that were tied. So let me know what you want to see next. I'm counting them all. Just because it's not in those top 3, of course, doesn't mean you can't vote for something else. You know, water's creeping up, things like that. But otherwise, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.